I'm going to give a little instructional video here. It's May 21st, and what I'm doing is I'm installing the drive shaft, the drive shaft sections, and I've started with the rear drive shaft that connects to the motorcycle swing arm right here, and I've already greased the universal joint and attached it. Can't really see in there, but the motorcycle drive shaft's in there, and I've got the race cart axle bearing right here and its flangette. Now the flangette has two halves, and the axle bearing, the outer race of the axle bearing is machined to a spherical profile, so it looks kind of round. So what you got to do is you got to get these two halves of the flangette. They both have this. There's a conical section on this side and a conical section facing that way on the other side. So you got to get these things to tighten evenly so that the bearing doesn't bind as it's turning. Otherwise, that makes everything get stuck, and that's not cool. So what you do is you put the flanges on, then you put the bolt through with the lock washer and the nut, and then you finger tighten each nut until the lock washer is contacting the flangette surface and the nut, and you can't turn it anymore by hand. Okay? Then you grab your wrenches, ding, ding, shiny cobalt wrenches. Then you grab your wrenches, and what you do is you tighten each of them in series, one half turn, one half turn, one half turn, one half turn. Check the drive shaft, one half turn, one half turn, one half turn. Check the drive shaft, one half turn, one half turn, one half turn. Check the drive shaft. And what you're checking on the drive shaft is that it will do this. It will slide in and out. Or you can also check this, that the bearing will still turn around the drive shaft. And what this tells me is that the drive shaft, the bearing is straight, it's parallel, its axis is parallel and concentric with the drive shaft, so this bearing is not going to bind. Binding would obviously cause the bearing to wear out prematurely. So what I've done is I've done this one flangette. It's all tightened up, it's not going anywhere, and this will allow the intermediate drive shaft to push. This drive shaft has to get, you can see it's a little spring loaded into the, see, it gets pushed a little bit into the swing arm, and that maintains the tension on it. So when the swing arm bends up and down, this thing doesn't pop off the drive shaft. So, or off the doesn't slide around on the end of either drive shaft, the drive shaft in here or the drive shaft out here. So this end is done. I have to move on to that end.